Hello, welcome to Clary. This video is focused on helping you understand how to use the calendar in Clary. The calendar page is found on the left-hand navigation, and you can access the calendar here. You can also see a snapshot of your calendar on the dashboard page. We allow you to schedule appointments on both locations by selecting the full day and clicking slots, or by adding an appointment. However, the calendar page has more features than the dashboard widget, so I'll focus on this page today. If you need to create a new appointment, you can simply click Create at the top, or you can drag and select the amount of time slots you need, and they're in half-hour increments on your calendar. So let's start with a therapy session. We can choose between a therapy session or a personal event, and they'll be color-coded differently in your calendar. We'll select a client, select the therapist, and the case. Each client can have multiple cases. For example, Alicia is seeing a couples therapist, also an individual. And we select the session type. Let's go with telehealth for this example. The telehealth link will be sent to the client automatically before the session, and then 48 hours before, and I think 24 hours before, and you can modify those in your settings page as well. You can also copy the link and send it to clients if needed. Let's add a sample service, and we'll add a recurring session here by clicking on this box. We'll say every 2 days, every 2 weeks on Monday, and we'll want the total number of sessions to be, let's say, just 5 weeks, for example, or it'd be 10 weeks because it's every other week, and we'll create the recurring session. So when you're preparing for an appointment, we make it easy to get up to speed with your next session as a click of a button. And so what you do, you'd click on, let me find a different example here. Click on a calendar appointment, and you can see the event details by clicking on Edit. However, the Session Prep tab gives you the information you need to prepare for your upcoming session. It's going to give you an AI summary of the client's record, clinical summary, your last progress note, assigned assessments and recommended assessments. We recommend these based on their previous scores, a diagnostic assessment, or information in the case note. If you want to assign that, we make that really easy for you to do here, and they'll be notified in their client portal. We also show you the status of their homework assignments and billing. When you're ready to start the session for telehealth, you'd click Join Video. It opens up a page for you to join. The video has features like a whiteboard that has multiple colors, a poll for participants, and we can host up to 10 participants at a time. If it was an in-person session, this button would say Start Session, and it would be similar to where this button takes you. So when you click on View Session, it's going to take you to the session details. And I'll go into more details on a separate video, but just for quick reference, the way you can start your video recording, your AI note in an in-person session is on this tab, click Start Recording. If a client is not comfortable being recorded with AI, we allow you to dictate notes here. Again, I'll cover this in more detail in a separate video, so I'll go back to the calendar for now. On the calendar page, we allow you to toggle your PII on and off with this privacy mode, and you can change that format in the settings button and have it be an first initial, last name, or full name, and whatever preference you want. We also allow you to see different rooms. You can configure these rooms in your settings page, and you go to Scheduling, Clinic Locations, and there's an ability to add different rooms. You might not be able to see this if you're not listed as an owner or admin for your clinic, but if you are listed as an owner and admin, we encourage you to have different office locations with the rooms available and their capacity in each location. Because when we go to schedule these different events, if we do, like, for example, let's do an in-person event, we can tell you what room we suggest. So if I have one client, I can recommend the small room here, and so you don't overbook rooms. You'll notice on here different colored appointments. There's a key at the top left that tells you different types of events. So this is in-person sessions, telehealth sessions, and if I want to change the color of these, simply click and you can select a different color. Some roles have access to other calendars. You would toggle between calendars up here. So you can click on different calendars here and see their sessions. Again, not all roles have access to this. You go back to your calendar by toggling this button. And if you want to see the whole clinic calendar, again, the toggle on the right. You can also see clients that are scheduled. So these are Alicia's upcoming appointments. You'll notice that some of these have a key on them. That is to indicate an in-person session if you're the last one at the building, so that you'll remember to lock up the office. On your calendar, if you're logging in for the first time, you'll have a pop-up window up here that will tell you to sync your Google Calendar. If you don't have Google Calendar, you don't use it, you can ignore that. But if you do, simply log into Google and it will sync your calendar appointments. Mine are here in light blue. If you don't see that notification or you've dismissed it in error, you go to the settings page, scheduling, and calendar, and you'll see that same pop-up here to connect your calendar. There's also a feature here to share a link to your calendar directly for clients, or you can put it on your website and allow clients to schedule their own appointments. We only support Google Calendar and Microsoft integrations right now, but you are able to import calendars using this function if there's a calendar that we do not integrate with. And that's all for calendars. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy Clary. And if not, we'd love your feedback. Thank you.